Hey everyone, hope we are all good. So I just thought I'd put this quick video together just to go through some questions that I get asked quite regularly, because I'm sure there'll be some of you that will be looking to get the answers to these questions as well. So first things first, the thing I get asked most commonly is how much does a treatment cost? So this varies massively. Some people just want their hairline doing, some people have scars, some small scars they want covering up, some people have thinning hair that they want me to work through to make it look a bit thicker. On the other side of it, you've got people with no sort of hair on their head at all. So yeah, like I say, this varies massively. So all I ask is just send over a photo of the top of the head or the scar or the area of the thinning hair, and then I'll be able to give you an accurate price. Also, I'll be able to advise whether whether SMP is the best treatment for yourself, because there are other treatments out there as well which can work well for other people. So yeah, I can also advise on that. I do sometimes get people saying, I've been offered this price by someone else, it's say £100 cheaper, can you match it? I don't really like getting into all that just because, where does it stop? And the other thing is, I don't really think it's fair to me to do the same amount of work on two different people and charge two different prices. So yeah, by all means, if someone is going to do a cheaper price and you're happy with their work, by all means go with them. But yeah, make sure you check out their work properly and make sure you are happy with their work, because you don't want to be going to someone that's a little bit cheaper and not being happy with your work. So yeah, do your research as well, I'd say. Next thing is people always want to know, of course, is how long is the treatment going to take? Again, this varies massively. From a photo, I'll be able to tell you roughly how long it's going to take. But as a general rule, treatment is built up over 3 sessions. Sometimes it can be 2, sometimes it can be 4. But again, just from a photo, I'll be able to advise further on this, how many sessions and how long roughly each session will take. Next thing is how long will it be until I'm going to need a top up? Again, this varies a lot from person to person. The biggest thing that's going to make your treatment fade off more quickly is overexposure to sun. So if you work outside in the sun, or you go on holiday a lot and things like that, you can still go in the sun, but it's just really important to put some factor 50 on the scalp. There's a really good moisturiser that I can recommend actually, which is real good all-rounder. It's got SPF 50 in it, moisturises your scalp, and also it's got like an anti-shine in it as well, so it takes that bit of shine off the scalp. So yeah, if you want to know about that product, just let me know. In fact, I'll put it up on my page as well. I did put it up on my story, but I'll put it up on my actual page as well. But yeah, so on average, people tend to come back for a top up after sort of a couple of years. But if you look after it really well, you can get longer than that. On the other side of it, if you don't look after it so well, I wouldn't recommend coming in any earlier than a year. But yeah, it can kind of vary from 1 year to 3-4 years plus. So again, it comes down to how well you look after the treatment. It's not going to completely disappear when you need to come back in for a top up, but it will just start to fade off a little bit. It'll almost start to probably look how it looked after your second session, then we can just get it back to looking how it looked after your third session. The good thing with a top up is it's only going to be a single session. You're not going to have to go through all 3 sessions again. You're not going to have to pay out for another whole 3 sessions. It's just going to be a single session top up. If you have had a treatment done by me before and you're not sure, you look in the mirror thinking, do I need a top up, do I not? Just take a photo and send it over to me. Or if you live locally, we can arrange for you to pop in. I can have a quick look, and I can advise you whether I think it's going to be a good time for you to have a top up or not. Next thing is, does it hurt? Okay, so for those of you that have had normal tattoos done, obviously, well, me myself, I find them quite painful. Some people do, some people don't. And then they're thinking, I'm gonna have a tattoo on the top of my head, that's really gonna hurt. And it's not painless, but it's not as painful as a normal tattoo, just because everything we use is different. So the machine we use isn't as hard hitting. We're not kind of creating lines, shading, we're not dragging through the skin. We're literally just going in and out, making those sort of clean, crisp impressions, and moving on to different areas. We're not going back over the same area. So, like I say, it's not pain-free, but it's not as painful as a normal tattoo. Anywhere near, I do get guys saying they don't, some people actually say they quite like the feeling. But then I get other people that do kind of start finding it a bit painful, especially towards the end of the session. But I always let people have as many breaks as they need throughout. And you can take ibuprofen as well, that can help take the edge off. So yeah, there are ways that we can kind of help if you do find it painful, but you know, I've not had anyone tap out, so yeah, it's not unbearable. Might get a little bit uncomfortable at times, but you know, like I say, yeah, it's not unbearable. So the next thing, which is an important one, is how long can I keep my hair? So you need to be really careful not to let your hair grow out too long, just because obviously with the treatment itself, there's no actual texture to it. So as soon as your hair starts to grow too much, there's going to be too much of a contrast, and you know, it's not going to look good. Most of my clients use one of these. This is the Remington RX5. These are really good. They're so quick and easy to use. Like, you literally just run it over your head. They catch the hair. You know, you don't get any mess, and you get a good sort of 3, sometimes 4 days, depending on how quickly your hair grows, until you're going to need to shave it again. Some people don't like quite how short these do take it. A lot of my clients that use these tend to use them in the evening, so by the following morning they've got a little bit of growth there. But for those of you that don't like these, I do have other clients that use one of these, which is the Wild Tea Cut. This takes it down to like a 0.4. These are a little bit not quite so easy to use. You know, you've got to really stretch the skin and get in there. But they do obviously keep it that bit longer. You will probably need to use this pretty much every day. But yeah, it's just another option for those of you that don't like quite how short the RX5 takes it. I mean, some people are used to using a blade on their head for years. Again, we can work with that. We just obviously need to go a little bit lighter with the shade. So yeah, I don't want to go on too much, but there's just a few things that I get asked all the time. I hope that helps. If you've got any other questions at all, just let me know. Even if you think they're silly, don't worry about it. Just let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them. So yeah, like I say, I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, please speak to or see some of you soon. Take care.